We have here a high-ranking society member is involved. So this person could be part of a secret society organization, a sorority, a fraternity, some type of brotherhood, think, Masons, Eastern Stars, whatever. All right. This is someone who's in some type of high-ranking position. The number 8 is significant. An August Leo could be significant. This is also Virgo with this number 8. August Virgo, right? Virgo is 8. Yeah. All right. Spiritual court is now in session. All right, Holy Spirit, tell us more. What about this energy here, this high-ranking society member? Oh, so this high-ranking society member offered you up to a deity for your destiny. They wanted your destiny. They're working with some type of entity here, okay? A lot of the Masons, for example, they're not bad people. There's levels. I heard that allegedly, once you get to the level 30, the 33-degree Masons, you have a choice. Like, do you want to keep going higher, or do you want to just stay where you at? And if you want to go higher, allegedly, then you got to start, working with energies like this. You got to start doing something strange for a little piece of respect, power. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting here. They want your destiny. All right. Allegedly, these people, they be targeting us. We already see that, they be targeting us. They want our energy. They see our destiny. They see that we have a higher calling and influence. But it's a good influence. It's to help the collective, to help the masses. And they looking at it in a level, they're looking at it from a lower level. Like, they just looking at it like power. They want it for power. They want to use your destiny, your power, your spiritual gifts, whatever it is that you have, they want it, but they want to use it for evil. Anything else, Holy Spirit? So they offered you up. All right. And look, this could be why. We've been picking up on this destiny swap energy a lot. Especially today. It came out earlier too. Tomorrow is the full moon. Maybe this is confirmation with the full moons. I didn't really peep game. I just ordered this. I thought it was so cute. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to order this one. And now I'm like seeing like, it's something with this full moon energy tomorrow that it's like we're close to the finish line. We are close to, and ending this entire situation with these damn karmics and getting our justice. And they're trying now to do a destiny swap. They are facing 20 years in prison, this person over here. And they're trying to put it like so that you take on this destiny, these burdens. And then they live in your destiny. They live in your abundance. Okay. We have here a foster mom is significant. This could be you or somebody involved. And we got evil stepmom. We're going to see if it comes out. But yeah, so let's see. Tell me more. They want your destiny because they are facing up to 20 years in prison. So they're trying to do a destiny swap with you. That's not going to work. It says here, they don't want you to press charges. They don't want you to testify. Okay. So this is somebody that, they did what they did. They stole from you. Okay. These are the same people, your family, these karmics that stole from you, that they got something that belongs to you. They don't want you to press charges. They don't want you to testify. But it's like, you are, all right? Like, look at all this shit that they're doing. They stole from you. They're doing voodoo to you. And it's like, come on. Like, you think that, no, they're going to speak. The collective is going to talk. All right, we have a female crooked judge is involved in this. We picked up on this last week that this female crooked judge is going to be getting removed, okay? Maternal half-sister. Somebody's maternal half-sister is involved, meaning y'all have the same mother and different fathers. Tell me more. Somebody who's getting alimony is significant. The end is near and they're making desperate moves. See what I'm saying? The end is near. Confirmation that this is what's going on right now. The end is absolutely near. We're getting close to the finish line. And they are making desperate moves. They're trying to do these damn destiny swaps. And look, sending magic to your brakes. They want you to get into an accident. All right? A car accident, pass away or something, and then they're going to do the destiny swap. And that's not going to work. Okay? We have here that they did mail fraud. So this is what they don't want you to talk about. They don't want you to press charges and testify about this mail fraud. Tell me more. Yup, it be the closest ones to you. All right? As what I was saying, that this is your family. All right. And it's not even just distant relatives. These are the close ones, the ones that was around you. All right. They counted you out. They took what was left to you and they split it amongst themselves. And then with the mail fraud, they could have been, you know, redirecting your mail, something with the mail here so that you never get the mail. You never get notification of anything regarding anything, anything that they're doing. And look, shit is getting real. They're scrambling and scraping. So again, more confirmation that the end is near. And they're making desperate moves. It says somebody involved is cooperating and they're going to say the truth. Look at that. So somebody's going to talk. Let me pull from another deck and see what we get with this truth and shit like that. See what comes down. All right, Holy Spirit. What can we get with somebody involved is cooperating and they're going to say the truth? What are they going to talk about? Are they going to talk about how they stole and how they did mail fraud? Let's see. Look, court judgment. Wow, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. They're going to cooperate, okay, in a nice way. But that's what it is. They're snitching on each other. That's what it is. Confirmation, double confirmation. And then we have here court judgment, okay? Because they're scared of this judgment that they are getting. They know that they're going to be going to prison again right here, up to 20 years. We have for whatever it is that they have done. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have here, we're going to say rugs because of YouTube guidelines. Rugs and poison, all right? They was trying... This could be the not trying. I keep saying it like that. Like they was trying. It's not that they was trying. They did. They poisoned your loved one to get some type of an inheritance. Okay. They took you off. They fabricated the will. They took you off. Whatever. They did a lot of scamming here to take something that was meant for you. So they could have. We see here pills. They could have changed a prescription. All right. Your loved one could have passed away like that. Wow. Didn't I say that this person is part of a secret society? Double confirmation, a high-ranking member of this secret society. It says, there are those who seek power. You see, didn't I say that too, that they wanted power? That's what they want from your energy, this power that you have. But your power is good power. It's good influence, okay? So there are those who seek power through fear and manipulation, using dark practices to bind others to their will. Not all gatherings are sacred, and not all leaders can be trusted. A high ranking, that's a leader. They cannot be trusted. You know this already. I'm just here to confirm things for you. What do we have here? A new reality. So this person is going to experience a new reality where whatever power they have is going to be diminished. There's not going to be no more power. This person is going to prison. All right, with this healing energy, this looks like a old school insane asylum type of shit, mental hospital or something. So maybe we picked up on that somebody was going to end up at the loony bin right here, the mental hospital. All right, they're going to be very sick. And what card do we have here? The 10 of Swords in the reverse. So this is painful endings. In the reverse, see how it says here, painful endings? In the reverse, they was trying as hard as they can to not go through this painful ending. They was trying to, again, change their destiny. This 20 years in prison, okay? This going to the loony bin, getting sick, all this shit. They was trying really hard to change that. And as you can see here, it's not going to work, all right? This destiny swap is not working. You are too protected. And you have a higher, I was going to say higher ranking. Wow. You do have a higher ranking, okay? Because if you didn't, they wouldn't want your energy. It's like that quote that it says a thief wouldn't rob. What kind of I always forget how it goes, but it's like what it says. It says something like the thief wouldn't go into a broken house or some shit. Trying to say, like, you know, these karmics, they would not try to steal from your energy if you didn't have pop-in energy. If your energy wasn't powerful, they wouldn't want it. So you see, that's what is going on here, okay? So it's not happening. Just know that, okay? Let's move on. What else, Holy Spirit? So they're snitching on each other. Somebody's going to snitch because they're facing 20 years in prison. Your sibling's friend, a female, is involved in this. All right. So this is confirmation for somebody. That bitch was acting up, acting weird. She's involved in this shit. Let's see what else. All right, Spirit, tell me more. What does the collective need to know? Pull the names out, and then we have necromancy. They're using the dead to work for them. So they're still doing the bippity bop and shit. All right, trying to use the dead to do some type of voodoo. And look, that's what they're trying to do. What God gives you, no man can take. This abundance, this inheritance, whatever was left to you, that was from God through your loved one. Okay, that's how you got that blessing, that inheritance, that spiritual inheritance. That was the way you got it, through this loved one that passed away. And these people that stole it, they're gonna pay for that. All right, what God gives you, no man can take. So we have pulled the names out. So I always leave it for the end, but Spirit wants us to do it now. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, Holy Spirit, who is involved here? If you see your name, well, damn. Okay, if you see your name here, this is giving you confirmation. There's a message here for you. If you see the karmic's name, there's your confirmation they're involved. If you don't see any name, take what resonates from this message. All right, but for right now, pulling out the names, this is confirmation for somebody, okay? Danielle, Kelly, Maria, Katie, Roy, Leo, Will, Star, Guadalupe, Mimi, Gigi, Smalls, Shantavia, Jim, Tashana, Burns, Gerardo, Weber, Keisha, Antoine, Ford, Andrea, Irvin, Carolyn, Sharina, and Cam. Okay? Cameron, Peyton, Derek, Noel, Noah, Danny, Kevin, Andrew, Matt, Kyle, Murphy, George, Paul, Andre, Liam, Maxwell, Amanda, Nia, and Walker. Okay, those are very specific. Okay, they came out right away. All right, so let's see what else. Let me pull from another deck. All right, tell us more, Holy Spirit. Shame the devil and speak the truth. Look, they don't want you to testify, press charges. You're going to testify. You're going to shame the devil by speaking the truth, your truth. They did this to you. You're going to speak your testimony. All right, short. Somebody who's short is involved. Whatever you consider short. Hacker for hire on the dark web. Okay, so they were trying to hack your devices. For some of y'all, they wasn't able to do it. For some of y'all, they was able to do it. They had a hacker that they hired on the dark web to hack your devices. When I be clarifying this, it comes out that they're trying to get your location. They're trying to see if you are, you know, like your emails, if you're getting emails from anybody, if you're communicating with anybody about what they did. Like, that's what they want to hack your phone or laptop, emails, you know, social media. All right, but for some of y'all, they wasn't able to do this, okay? They better get their money back, okay? We have here insurance fraud. This could be how they got some type of money. Going to try to convince you to not press charges and drop it. Like, yo, this is crazy. More confirmation. They don't want you. And look, Spirit said, it don't matter. Shame the devil and speak the truth, okay? Look, they're doing, again, the spell work, again, the full moon energy, all right? They're using the energy right now, today, doing these spells, okay? On this case, they don't want it to go in your favor. All right. They're going crazy. They're seeing that it's not working. They're scrambling and scraping. The end is near. They're making desperate moves. And that is the desperate move. That they want you to not press charges. Let's see what we get with that. Give us a little bit more tea with this pressing charges, Holy Spirit, and them trying to convince the collective to not do that. What can we get with that? Justice, okay? And we have the 5 of Cups. So you see how this cup is broken? They're trying to fix the cup. They're trying to fix what they did, because the 5 of Cups is someone who's regretting what they did. And it's too fucking late, karmics. All right, you're gonna have to eat that shit up. Drink that shit up, okay? Drink it up. Ain't nobody gonna be convinced to not press charges. You are gonna get your justice. You are gonna speak up. That's part of your destiny, part of your purpose, to stand in your power and put these people where they belong. All right. It wouldn't be happening to you if there was no reason. Everything is for a reason. That's part of your purpose. To speak up, to shame the devil, speak the truth. Maybe in a past life you didn't get to speak the truth. All right. That was for somebody. I don't know. I came out of nowhere with that. Like, you didn't get to speak the truth in a past life. All right. All right. Yeah, look, in a past life, origin, confirmation. All right. So look, Two of Swords. Somebody feels stuck right now. They're feeling stuck. Look, they're probably going to try to call you. Okay. Remember, somebody also was hacking your devices. We got two devices here, a laptop and a phone. But the Two of Swords is like feeling stuck. They don't know what to do. They're right now very stagnant. All right. Again, they don't know what to do. So they're going to try to convince you to not press charges. That's one of the things that they're thinking about doing right now. But they don't know if they should. You see how they're holding the phone in their hand? Like, they don't know if they should call you or not. And they shouldn't. Don't waste your time, karmics, because it ain't happening. Okay, we have here libation. All right, so libation says donation, pray, and religion. All right, so they're making offerings. Okay, again, they're offering you up. And the Star card, it's for them to be able to have, again, this is the same energy that I'm getting with this destiny swap. All right, a new beginning. And then look, natural disaster. You get the natural disaster. They get the new beginning. All right, because the Star card is like a healing, is a renewal or rejuvenation. So they're making offerings, they're praying, they are connecting with these entities, these dark entities, and trying to offer you up for them to have a new beginning. All right, it keeps coming out. And then you get their natural disaster, their, look, survival mode, frustration. Okay, that energy right there of what they're going to be experiencing. Okay, that destiny swap energy, that's what they want. Look, you cannot make this up. That could have been confirmation burp. I already told Spirit that I don't like doing that, but they just don't care. Because I don't be burping. I'm not a burper. You know, and it comes out when I'm doing readings. Lately, more than ever, it just keeps coming out. So it's confirmation. But I told Spirit that that's not ladylike. You know, but I guess they don't give a fuck. Anyways, listen, disturbance. They're trying to, again, put this entity on you. All right. What do we got here? A Queen of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, because she cannot indulge anymore. She's not living. Queen of Pentacles reverse. Somebody is not going to be living lavishly anymore. Luxurious. You know, living how they was living abundantly with the money that they stole from you. And the money that, you know, they could be doing spell work also to siphon from your energy. They're not going to be able to live the life that they was living anymore with this indulgence. All right. It's over, you know, like going out, going to the spa, spending money all the time. The money that was for you. All right. This person, they're not going to be able to do this anymore. That's what they care about, the money. So they keep on trying to like bind you. But look, we got the Eight of Swords reverse. This is you freeing yourself. This is you being trapped. They're trying to keep you trapped in this energy. So again, you take on their destiny. You don't talk. You don't do nothing. Like if they could do spell work to just do that, which they have been trying, that would be so much easier. You know, like just to shut you up. You know, do some type of binding spell on you so you never talk or some dumb shit. You know, and no, it's not working. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You are freeing yourself from that shit that they're trying to do to you. Look, you cannot make this up. I didn't even see it. Confinement, confirmation. All right, they're trying to trap you. Okay, and they're trying to keep you stuck in that energy so that they could keep on living how they're living and you never testify and nobody knows the truth. And then it's like, no. And they live happily ever after with your money. No, it's not happening. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let me pull. Let's see. From this pile of cards here. All right, Holy Spirit, tell us more. Livid, okay? These people are mad. A karmic spouse of yours, okay? We have alimony here. So this could be right here, the spouse. They're mad because they're not getting their way. Look, your family is involved. We know that. Your family is absolutely involved. Tell us more. They paid off an attorney and they're still going to jail. Okay, a male family member. The letter J could be significant. They paid off an attorney, the group, okay? These people in your family who came up against you, you know, to do this. And they're still going to jail. It don't matter if they paid off this attorney, all right? Like, they're going to still go to prison. Somebody tried to do an overdose, okay? They wanted you to overdose. It could be the spell work that they was trying to do, maybe for you to overdose. Or a death spell or something. Somebody planned an overdose. It says they offered you up to a coven in exchange for money, health, and power. Look how this power energy keeps coming out throughout this reading right now. All right, they want this power. They're offering you up for your destiny, your power. My throat chakra. Like, they don't want me to talk about this shit. All right, what else? Again, throat chakra is like they don't want you to talk either. They don't want you to talk. That keeps coming out too. What else? A friend of the family keeps coming out. Let's clarify because we got it twice. We got your sibling's friend who's a female. And then we got a friend of the family. So what's going on with this hoe? Why is she popping up so much? Let's see what's going on with that. All right, Holy Spirit, talk to me about this friend of the family. She's a high priestess in the reverse. She's a witch. This is a witch. So this witch, what do we have here? Look. Oh. So this witch, this is your blessings. The underlying energy is your blessings, your destiny. Look, we got the promise card. They promised. They offered you up to the entity. It says here, responsible, confirmation, and assurance. You see that? So yes, this friend is responsible for trying to steal your blessings. All right, this family friend, they're connected to your family. They're the friend. It says your sibling's friend, a female. She's a witch. She's coming out as a high priestess in the reverse. She's helping them. She could be part of this coven, basically. This coven, this group. All right, a coven is a group of witches and warlocks. Okay, but again, we got secret society here. We're getting that energy of like you know, it's just a group. All right, you apply it how it resonates. This bitch right here is part of this. Okay, she promised them, you know, like, yeah, I got you, I know how to do this, you know. She's responsible, like it says here, responsible to offering you up for this group. She's the witch of the group or some shit. Oh my god, yo, this is wild. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, talking about keep going. Look, 7 of Wands. All right, she was attacking you. 9 of Wands. This is constantly attacking you. The 9 is like, the 9 of Wands is ongoing battle. So yeah, she's a part of that. That's somebody's confirmation that this bitch is a part of this shit. Okay, what else? Holy Spirit, talk to me about this. Let's see, I'm trying to clarify one of them. Let's clarify. Livid. Why are they mad? Okay, why are they mad? What do we got here? 2 of Pentacles. So they're trying to balance something out. And then we got the World card in the reverse. They're not able to. They're mad because they don't have control of the situation. They're livid. They're pissed off right now that they don't have control. And it's true. Again, everything's like getting real now. They're scrambling. They're scraping. They don't know what else to do. I said scraping. Scraping. Isn't that a word? Scraping? But yeah, they're scraping. All right. They're mad because with this card here, this is a ritual. You see that? They're stuck. The ritual is not working. You see how it says work without reward? They are not able to get this voodoo done. This shit is really, really coming out strong with this damn voodoo that they're doing because tomorrow is the full moon. So they're going hard right now. All right. The 9 of Pentacles is for them to be financially stable. This is what they keep trying to do. They want to be financially stable. They want your money. They don't want you to testify. They want to shut you up. This is all about money. Okay. These people are disgusting. All right. Let's see what else. Anything else fell here? No, right? All right. I'm going to pull now. We already pulled the names. So let's pull some states, some locations to see what comes out. All right, Holy Spirit, what location is significant here? Hawaii, Texas, Virginia, and Vermont. New Mexico, Virginia, Texas again, Utah, Nevada, Florida, Delaware, wow, Hawaii again, Georgia, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington, and then California is significant. Okay, so that's what we got here for the locations. We already pulled the names, and we already got the tea. All right, so we're done. All right, so spiritual court is now adjourned. I hope I was able to bring clarity and confirmation to whoever needed to receive this message. Peace.